Overview of VA Form 21-527EZ Application for Pension, Part 2. This is Part 2 of a two-part series. This part will cover topics related to pages 5 through 8, the application portion of VA Form 21-527EZ. You have the option to handwrite or fill out this form electronically on your computer. However, a completed form must be printed, signed, and either mailed to your local pension management center or delivered in person to the closest VA Regional Benefits office. Section 1 requires you to provide basic identification and claims information. If you are applying based on being age 65 or older and not based on disability, mark NA in item 9 and 10. If you cannot work due to a disability, list the disability as well as the VA medical centers where you were treated for it. VA will request treatment records from VA medical facilities. When describing disabilities, be as specific as possible. For example, if you've claimed a disability for your knee, specify it was the right or left knee, whether it was sprained or replaced, and so on. Details help move things along more quickly. Fill out your service information in Section 2, including information such as branch of service, service dates, and whether or not you received military pay. All fields in this section are required and should be filled out completely. Section 3 requires you to fill out your work history, listing your employment, including self-employment, for 1 year before you became disabled to the present. If you need more space than is allotted on the form, list the employment history on a separate sheet of paper and attach it to your application. You are then asked to fill out your marital status in Section 4. If you have been divorced or your spouse is deceased, divorce documents and/or death certificates should be included with the application. Section 5 contains current marital information. If you are not currently married, skip Section 5 and move on to Section 6, which asks for information on dependent children if you have any. Items 24A through 24D in Section 6 must be filled out for any dependent children listed in 23A that do not live with you. Page 7 of the application includes 2 sections on income verification. To be eligible for a VA pension, your accountable family income must fall below the annual limit set by Congress. In Section 7, you must fill out information about your net worth and the net worth of your dependents, if any. Be sure to identify the specific owner for each net worth source. No items can be left blank. If the household has no net worth in a particular source, write 0 or none. Section 8 relates to your monthly household income, including the income of your dependents. As with Section 7, make sure you specify the specific income recipient for each income source. Leave no items blank. Again, if your household has no income in a particular source, write 0 or none. In Section 9, you must record your expected income for the next 12 months for your household, including your dependents, if any. The specific income recipient must be identified for each income source. If no income is expected to be received for a particular source, write 0 or none. You will also need to provide any medical, legal, or other unreimbursed expenses that may be deductible from your income in Section 10. This includes a Medicare deduction you paid for yourself or for your relatives who live in your household. Unreimbursed last illness and burial expenses, in addition to educational or vocational rehabilitation expenses, should also be listed. Do not include any expenses for which you have been reimbursed. When listing net worth, income, or expenses, if you are in doubt as to whether something will be counted or deducted, you should list it. The VA employee who reviews the claim will determine which sources of net worth or income are counted and which expenses are deducted. On page 8, Section 11 covers the information for setting up a direct deposit for your pension payments. The Department of Treasury requires all federal benefit payments to be made in this manner. If you do not have a bank account, you must sign up for a Direct Express Debit MasterCard at www.usdirectexpress.com or by calling the toll-free number provided in this section of the form. To identify and locate the correct routing and account numbers on the bottom of your personal check, follow the example. The routing number is indicated by 9 digits surrounded by a line and a colon. The account number should be the middle number located on the check. Section 12 covers the claims certification and signature requirement. Before signing Section 12, make sure that all information included in the application is accurate and complete. If you wish to submit additional documents after your claim has been filed, check the box in Item 32. However, a fully developed claim can only be filed if all relevant and required information is submitted at the time of the claim. By selecting this box, your claim will be filed through the standard claims process. If you sign with an X, you will need 2 witnesses to sign the document to verify your identity. Once the application is complete, it can be submitted with all supporting documents by mail to your local pension management center or by visiting the local office in person. Again, before submitting your application, work with your appointed VSO to review your completed application. To review, here are a few helpful hints and reminders to keep in mind when you file VA Form 21-527EZ for pension benefits. Make sure you read all VA materials carefully. Be certain that all forms are filled out completely and that no areas are left blank. Claimed disabilities should be as clear and specific as possible. Submit all copies of your private medical records, marital documents, dependent forms, and income and net worth information along with your application. All materials must be submitted at the same time in order to qualify as an FDC. Remember to work with a VSO to help with the FDC application process and gathering of documents. Visit www.benefits.va.gov/FDC or call 1-877-294-6380 for more information or assistance. Remember that VA and its partners are here for you and all of your benefits needs. If you have not already done so, please watch Part 1 to learn more about pages 1 through 4 of VA Form 21-527EZ.